elementary friends. I hope you guys are able to find some fun during our time off. I wanted to share with you about some of the fun that I've been having here at home. And what I've been doing lately is making homemade stress balls for our counseling office. And they're pretty easy to make, so I wanted to share with you guys how I do that. So in order to make these homemade stress balls, I just use 2 balloons. You could use one. Here's one that I've started and I just have 1 balloon on it. And it would still work the same. However, it's kind of nice to have 2 balloons on just in case one were to pop, you have less chance of a mess. So I like to use 2 balloons. Then you're going to need a funnel, and I have created a homemade funnel using the top of a pop bottle. Just cut that off, clean it out, dry it, and you're ready to go. Then you need to choose what you want to use as the inside or the filler. I like to use flour just because we always seem to have flour here at home. You could use rice, you could use beans, you could use sand if that's what you have. It's completely up to you. Now to get started with your stress ball, you need to decide which color you want to see the most of. So if I really want to see more of the blue balloon, I need to put my flour into the other one. And so I'm actually going to take my filter and I'm going to set it on my table here. Sorry, you guys aren't going to see my face, but I want you to see what I'm doing. You're going to take your filter and your balloon and you're going to kind of stretch it out as good as you can. And you're going to take that balloon and put it on top of your filter on that mouth part. Snap it on. Now it's possible that during this time it could rip, and that's really okay as long as it's not this like base ball part that's ripping. As long as it's that like top neck part, it's really okay. So we're gonna scooch that down over the mouth a little bit so that I can kind of pull that base part so that that base part hangs down. And then I'm going to take my filler, in my case it's flour, I'm going to slide it in there into the top round part of my filter. Now I found that using a marker or a pencil or something to kind of push that flour down into the balloon really helps get it in there. You do want your filler to be down into the base of your balloon. You don't want it in this neck part. So you're going to scoop it and kind of push it down there as best you can so that it's nice and full and does its purpose as a stress ball. So you're going to kind of push it all in there as best you can. When you're noticing that it's mostly in the ball part of the balloon, then you're ready to go. I have some extra, so I'm actually going to take my fingers, I'm going to pinch it off down here at the base, and I'm going to dump it, the extra flour, into this bowl that I have, just so that I don't make a mess on my next part. So now I need to pull my balloon off of my filter, so I'm going to just gently do that. A little bit of flour might come out, and that's okay. And then I basically have my stress ball now. I'm just going to tie it off. I do stretch it out because we want that knot to be as little as possible. So I stretch it out and then I try to tie it off as close to the base of that balloon as possible, just so you don't have a giant bump in your stress ball. So I'm going to tie that off. Get that tied around there. You don't want it, like right now I've kind of got it stuck. You don't want it to do that. So I might have to unpull it and retry. There we go. Got it the second time. Sometimes it just takes a little bit, right? And I don't really love where that knot is. It's kind of high, so I'm going to try to knot it again down lower, and then I'll just cut that second knot off. We'll see if I can get it. There we go. All right. It's got a little bump, but I can kind of pull that out. Perfect. And then I'm going to cut it off because I don't want all that extra. Now I have the base for my stress ball. Then I'm going to take my other balloon. I'm going to stretch it out here as good as I can. Then I'm going to take my first balloon and I'm going to set that first balloon inside my second. Pull my fingers out. And then I have my stress ball. Now, I like to be able to see the two colors, so I will stretch the mouth of that out. Use my scissors and cut that extra off. And then I have another homemade stress ball for the counseling office. Thanks guys for joining in, and I can't wait to see you.